Suzette, tell us a little bit about why are our gifts coming in stronger, that we're smelling more things and knowing more things?
Well, not exactly, because those gifts have always been there. That's part of it.
Okay.
What is what is the actual what's the word? Wait a minute. The actual material that the energy is made out of, which she doesn't have that dictionary, so I'm sorry, but maybe Matt knows. It's but it's something that it's almost a real thing. It's like putting a blanket over your head, but you can't see the blanket. But you know, the dog slept on it, and so it smells like dog. That kind of thing. But it's a matter of the level of energy that is, energy is the wrong word, the level of
energetic resonance. I'm getting energetic essence.
Yeah, essence, that's a good one. Okay. And the essence of the energy that you're all swimming around in is a finer essence than it has been before. And so when the molecules, whatever, atoms, whatever, open up, things can come through easier. And that's what's happening with the whole shifting thing, is that the essence of the energy is thinning and becoming finer. Finer, that's a better word. Okay. Does that make sense?
It does. That's excellent. And this in and out of time, I just almost left again. You know, what's going on with that? We're bopping in and out of timelines, or is that the same?
Well, it's you know, you have multiple strains of life simultaneously, right? So so some of them are trying to catch up. Some of them are a little ahead. It's like parts of your body, you know, some parts are bruised and having trouble, other parts are strong, and it's kind of like that, except it's not, you know, your meat suit. And so when you're sensing, smelling, seeing, hearing, tasting, wondering what those things are on your steering wheel, it's like you're not in this same third solid dimension. The energy has, the essence of the energy has kind of shifted so that things are not so dense. They're not so palpable. Did that answer the question?
Yes, so we're kind of moving in between our aspects.
No,
it's
not the aspects, it's the energy.
Okay.
The essence. Essence is a good
right
word.
But you mentioned the multi parts of ourselves.
Oh yes, yeah.
So that's what I'm referring to. Are we moving between aspects or dimensions, or just our spirit self versus meat suit?
Well,
or all of the above?
The aspects, you could briefly tap into the memory of those, but you don't really go to the aspect, or the aspect doesn't come to you. It's the memory and that mesh memory. So it's, mesh is a good word, yes. It's really hard to describe. Wow.
Because I might beg to differ with you because I travel to the other aspects. Am I traveling to the memory of them?
Well, you're traveling to the knowledge.
Okay. The timeline. I know it's a different timeline.
Well, but the knowledge is a thing. It's not just a word. So if you, let's say you go to the cupboard and you take down the pink cup, inside will be milk. You take down the blue cup, inside will be Kool-Aid. So that's the same. If over on the blue cup you have a knowledge, oh gosh. Knowledge is a thing. It's not
Okay.
a nothing.
Right, right. Is it, okay, all right. I'm just going to kind of like tap into Nancy's brain to try to understand more, because I get the sense that these are things that are difficult to describe in 3D words.
Yes.
So I'm wondering if this is you're tapping to the previous wisdom that you have gained in the past life,
or is it remembering? Is the knowledge remembering because you have it?
Mm-hmm.
Look at this. This is a pencil. Yes?
Yes.
All right. This is a pencil. I'm going to set it down. This is knowledge. I'm going to set it down. It is a thing. It's not just an idea.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, and when I tap into your brain or the pictures that I'm seeing in Nancy's head, what I see is like a flow of energy. When you talk about the knowledge, that it's like flowing energy. That's the best way I could describe it in 3D words.
Well,
and that might be too simple, but that's what I get.
Okay, your initial question was when you make contact with one of your aspects, right? That's
right.
That's how the knowledge thing came up. Okay.
Right.
It's not that you actually go to to their house and have a drink with them.
It feels like that.
It's because the knowledge of that aspect, or I guess maybe you could call it memory, except that means it's gone away someplace and is coming back. The knowledge is there. It's there. It's all there. And you are focusing on the knowledge of what that aspect is doing. It's like looking in the mirror. You know, when you look in the mirror and you see you, that's not really you. That's a reflection of you, right?
Right.
And that you have a knowledge that that is you. The knowledge is what you're experiencing.
Okay. Yeah.
You have opened the package of knowledge. It's
becoming more aware.
It's not just an idea. It's a tangible, real tangible thing, the knowledge.
Yes. Yes. I understand what you're saying. Yes. Yeah.
Why am I yelling at you? I don't understand this. Okay.
Okay, so let's go back to what Karen and Matt were talking about, which is kind of, say that again, Karen or Matt, what your question was different than what I was asking.
So I was thinking about that. The knowledge always there, the energy is there, the wisdom is there, but you're becoming more aware. Or as Karen mentioned, it's just the memory comes back. So I'm drawing from Zadkiel that you're becoming more aware of it, or sometimes you're less aware of it.
Now, this is not regarding aspects. This is regarding us right now, correct, Matt?
Yes.
In the experiences that we're having right now. And I know what Zed mentioned is kind of this essence that we're walking through. I see it kind of as, and I know you like the word mesh, but it's almost like it covers us, and then it doesn't cover us. It's like a fog, or like I don't know. And Zed, you can definitely correct me at any point here, but I get the sense that we're walking through this kind of soup of knowledge. And sometimes it's we're feeling it more than other times. All right, Zed, take it away.
I'm not sure where to take it.
Go back.
I'm thinking we're going to have to go with that.
Okay. All right.
Because my explanation has not delivered what I really intended for you to learn, but you're getting close.
So then I like that you have something that you really want to intend us to learn. So share those words.
Okay, I'm basing this on the fact that the idea has been shared that when you contact an aspect of you, of your past, current, future, you are actually going to where the aspect is, seeing what it's seeing, doing what it's doing, knowing what it's knowing, right?
Well, actually, sometimes I'm there sitting right next to them.
Okay, but you're somewhere.
Yes, I go to their home. Yes. Yeah. And your explanation of that was good. That I understood that. I think there's more wondering now with people kind of, as you were describing before, where we're getting this smells and we're getting more of the knowings. So I'm changing subjects on you. I think I'm good with the aspect part, and that may not apply to many of the people here. They may not be traveling to their aspects.
But you're not traveling to your aspects.
I know, I'm traveling to the memory. Or tapping into the memory.
No. It's the knowledge, and I'm going to keep using that word.
Okay.
The knowledge. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to do anything. It's the knowledge is a thing. It's a tangible thing. And that's the part you haven't gotten to yet.
Okay.
It will begin to declare itself to all of you soon. And you'll be confused because you'll say, how do I know that? Where did I go? What did I do? What did I dream this? Did I drink too much? Did I smoke too much? What did I do? I heard what you were talking about.
I know, you're always there.
How did I get this? And it's not that you go take it off the shelf, although I guess you could, because it's a thing. It's a Let me see if I can think of another word. No, I can't. It's an actual tool. The knowledge is your tool to know what the experience is having, but it's not some esoteric philosophy. It's an actual thing. And that's very hard for you all to understand because you haven't been able to experience that even in a simplistic way, except you have, but you just don't know it.
So like Karen was saying, wouldn't that be like the knowing, like what you're talking about, the knowing, like when someone couldn't find their keys and I just knew where it was, or Dave couldn't find his billfold and I knew where it was. Isn't that in a simplistic way what you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay. And that when we get a scent, and I know for myself, because I've been doing this for years, if I get a scent, I will ask, who are you? And when I get a name, I know that that is the being that's there. Same kind of thing? Okay. And now when Nancy is smelling these new things at a heightened level, is that a knowing of some sort, or is that something different?
Knowing is a literal definition. It's something done with the brain. Knowledge is a thing.
Okay.
So ask the question again.
Okay, so when Nancy has this heightened smell of certain things, is that a knowledge coming to her? What is that? Zadkiel, am I stumping you tonight?
Well, I think I've tried to stretch things a little too far. Yes,
Right.
it would be knowledge. Yes.
Okay. We're just trying to understand, like you said, I liked what you said. These things are going to come to us and we'll be confused, which is exactly what's happening. You know, why is this happening? Why can't we remember things? But it will make sense.
Those things are happening partially because you don't need them anymore. That's where your confusion and you're moving into the essence as opposed to one layer after another. The essence being everything, the one, but you, not just you, Kelly, humanity likes to parcel things into little pieces so that I'm wearing the kitty shirt today, and I'm wearing my headphones today, and I'm doing parcel things into sections so they're easier to identify and discuss when you want to communicate. So in the essence, you don't have to parcel things out. You don't have to divide them, because there's a difference between knowledge and knowing, okay? Knowing is an act and knowledge is a thing. Knowing is something has to happen in your brain for you to know something. Knowledge is just the entire encyclopedia laying out in front of you. Everything you ever wanted to know is right there.
Beautiful, like the Akashic records.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I was going to say the knowing is more physical form, and like knowledge is more like universal form, or
Like the air, right? Like the air we breathe. Is that too simple?
Well, again, Matt's very close. Knowing is an activity, and knowledge is a thing. Like eating. Eating is an activity. I'm going to eat my dinner, but I'm going to use a fork. This is the fork.
mm-hmm.
That's how I'm going to eat it, because I have a tool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need this dinner, but I do need this fork. I could have any dinner, but I still need this fork.
And is the fork the knowledge?
Yes.
Okay. I was getting lost there. Okay, good to know. All right.
Not sure you know yet, but okay, we'll plant the seeds.
Yeah, okay. So as we fork along. Oh, all right. So now that, I don't know if you're aware of that being that came in a few days at my place, and I had these waves of energy coming through. Are you familiar with that being?
No, I don't know anything, but I can tell you that the waves you're feeling is the adjustment, the energetic adjustment that is becoming a finer essence. So
Nice.
it's going to become more comfortable and more available and more common for all of you. And and Little Angel talked to you about it last time, about the joy that comes with that, because the negativity goes away when you feel that gentle shift, that gentle adjustment, that gentle essence. It's so fine you can't really even label it, because it just is.
I felt it, and it wasn't the most comfortable. I mean, it wasn't uncomfortable, but it was different. I could feel that if it was different than other energetics that have come in. That's why I felt like a wave of it. Now, would this cause some people to have more anxiety? I mean, I didn't get anxious because I knew that this was all in divine order, but someone today had quite a bit of anxiety. And so I was thinking, well, maybe they responded differently. Maybe they've had this adjustment and they're responding not in joy, but in anxiousness.
This level of energetics is made of well, I don't want to say that. It doesn't have the dust and debris on it that your everyday wanderings have. So to have a negative response would not make sense for this
Okay.
of energetics.
Okay, so it was probably something else that maybe she was picking up on, something that maybe needed to be cleared or released.
Right.
Okay.
Like,
And is that something that, many people will be going through, is if they haven't released or cleared some things that they're going to just kind of be brought to the surface, so to speak, to be released?
well, the openness of the heart is what allows this newer feeling to happen. And that's, you all have the skill and the ability to move to your heart and let that light shine. You've all learned that. You all know that. Some brains are having a harder time letting go of the third dimension, but when you experience that, it's going to be a positive interaction so that you'll want to experience it again. And you have so many helpers around you. All you have to do is ask and say, how do I get there again? And they will help you.
That's beautiful. Now, you had said that some of us are having a hard time, can't even remember what it was, with our brains. Is that why we're forgetting or not? Forgetting moments? Is that to help us with this adjustment? The memory loss as we walk through the essence?
Well, I hesitate to explain, but I'll give it a try.
All right, I appreciate that.
When you don't remember, yes, it's something you don't need to remember, but it's also something that doesn't apply to where you to the energetics that you were experiencing at that moment. And it could be tiny little moments to help you get used to it.
Okay.
But then you come back more third dimensional, fourth dimensional, a more solid energetic level. and you demand to know, where is that glass? Where is that milk? Where is my key? Where is this? Where is that? And yet it didn't matter when you didn't need it, because you didn't need it.
So we just need to relax.
Yeah, there you go. I would have said that.
Would you?
But
As well as I did?
And you turn it around and say, oh, because my this has to do this, right? And I say, how do I get through to this woman? That's just, I have to go have a cup of coffee after I talk to you. Woo!
All right. Okay. So yeah, we just need to relax into this and just kind of stay in the flow, right?
Yes.
And know it's all okay. And there wasn't anything that important. And life is.
No, every step is important, very important.
No.
Because if you don't find yourself able to at least acknowledge on some level that something is different, then your brakes are on. You have to be, the relaxing part, yes, you have to relax. You have to flow with the flow, because it's not going to just land on you. It would crush you if it did that.
All right. So enjoy and relax. Enjoy the journey and relax. And notice if you can. Okay. Now, several weeks ago, you talked about how things were going to happen in our world, and it would be like a dam breaking. Do you remember that?
Let me see it. Wait a minute. Yes.
Okay. And so has that dam started breaking?
Oh, that's perfect, because it has started breaking. And that's the change. That's the shift.
Oh, nice. Okay. Because yeah, it was, the way you described it was a little bit scary. So that's wonderful that we're experiencing the dam breaking then right now.
Aren't you all a little discombobulated? I think that's the word.
That's good.
Scary when you know something happened and you can't figure out when or where or how. That is scary. All of you are showing scary.
Yeah.
Something, what was it? Somebody lost something. I forget. Anyway, when you lose it and you say, I know I had that. I know I had that. Where did it go? Where did it go?
Yeah, that was Nancy. Nancy keeps losing things. I lost an email today. Oh. But yes, she's lost many things. All right. Well, good. All right. Does anyone, I know we're over time, so does anyone have a quick question for Zed that they'd like to pose before we let Zed go? Anybody? Karen? No?
Well, I'm planning to travel to Florida at the end of the month. Will it be okay for me to make that journey at that time? The last week of October.
That is not a reasonable question. I cannot answer that.
Okay.
Here's the question for you. Is the dam will break fully by December 8th, or by December 8th, I'm going to lose my job?
Oh, you're well safe. Don't worry. We've got you covered.
All right. Thank you.
That's good. So that kind of ties into your question, Karen.
Right.
I mean, I would think if you're driving down there, it's whether you can stay in your body enough to stay on the road. So I'm thinking.
Right.
For that question, there are permutations that can happen, that may happen, that shift things, that change your mind. You might go to this restaurant, you might go to that restaurant. This one might give you food poisoning. This might give you 5 extra pounds, and you're very happy. That those things cannot be predicted in the sense of the way you ask the question. For us to give you an answer is to give you permission to do something that you haven't decided fully about. And that has to be wide open for you to be able to make those decisions at the moment. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does, as it relates to experiencing the journey. But
And that is what you will do.
all right, and I will be protected for that journey, to make that long journey.
Well, yes, you have a lot of protection around you. However, if the protection is to have you fall off a horse or get run over by a car, those are two different things. And what you are asking is to change or solidify your future, which is always in flux.
All right, I understand.
It would not be fair of us to give you, we could say, yes, you're fine.
I think my question was more about the timing, in terms of when I'm going to make that journey. Is the timing for the end of the month acceptable with all the change that's upcoming?
And that's a perfect answer as well as question. Perfect. You couldn't be more spot on.
Sounds like it's a go.
Remember, time is a fluctuating. It's not a thing. It's a fluctuating thought. Let's say. You have enough guardianship around you. Check frequently. Can I do? Is this the best way? Is this the best way? So that at the moment you get the best information. Does that help you?
Yes.
Oh, like with a pendulum. Yes?
Well, possibly, if that's what you use.
Muscle test. Psychic, channel Archangel.
Just listen. They talk
Well,
to
I just thought, with all the change upcoming, did it make sense for me to make this journey or not? Or to stay, grounded in the place that I am right now.
Mm-hmm. What do you want to happen? If you didn't have fear, what do you want to happen?
Yeah, I would go to Florida. I would escape the cold.
And that may be the best thing to do.
Thank
Nice.
you. Okay.
It's all illusion. I'm gonna bring the ocean and fish here so I can snorkel every day to Minnesota. So get ready. All right, Zadkiel, we're gonna let you go. Thank you so much for coming and talking with us.
Thank you.
We love you.
Thank you.
Do you want to leave?
Yes.
Okay, good.